And a most pleasant good Thursday to everybody, the 18th of July, 2019, and it's looking like, folks, that this heat wave is just to scorch the U.S. I'm telling you what, these temperatures do not stop. My name is Jewel. This is for J7409 Weather, and I thank you so much for joining us. If it's your first time over here, please don't forget to subscribe if you're into the weather and click the bell. I would appreciate it so much, and I thank you. Now, look at this, folks. Look at this. Hot, 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 hot. Everywhere you see. Over in these areas where it is the darker red, we have an excessive heat watch. I'm going to show you some of these temperatures in these areas, okay? Over where it is purple, from Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, the entire state of Nebraska, portions of Ohio, Kentucky, in this purple looking color. This is an excessive heat warning. Folks, you really need to take this serious. And where it's orange is a heat advisory. Let's check out some of these temperatures. Now, there is no way I can go on every little place and give everybody what they need to know, but I clicked on Long Island, and this is for portions of New York. Okay, you can see, we'll come down a little bit right up in here. This heat is not going to go away, folks. It's not going to go away. If you're in any of those areas that were red that I just showed you, the maroon color red, your excessive heat watch is going to be in effect today, right Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. It's going to last for days. It could go to Sunday or Monday for some of us. Now, your heat is going to feel like with the index values of 108. 108 degrees due to the temperatures in the mid-90s, and the dew points are in the 70s. Now, we all know that this heat can cause illness and death among some people. It's a risk to population who cannot stay cool. The heat and the humidity may cause the heat stress during outdoor work and extended exposure, things of that. You could have a heat stroke or heat exhaustion. And seniors with those chronic health problems or mental health conditions are at increased risk. Homes without air conditioning can be much hotter than the outdoors. So please check on your neighbors. If you have any elderly neighbors especially, make sure at least they have a fan or some way to try to stay cool. This heat is a killer. Over in the northern Indiana area, this also goes up into lower Michigan. You folks, you're under this heat warning, okay? Urgent, excessive heat warning. Don't go out in it, folks. It's going to be a mess. You can see how long it lasts. It goes on and on and on, right on through 8 p.m. Saturday. Okay, today is just Thursday. I am just telling you, folks, it may last until Monday for some people. Don't leave any living, breathing thing in a car. Look, in northern Indiana and lower Michigan, it's going to feel like 105 to 110 degrees for the very next several days. Now, for everyone on the whole eastern North Carolina area, and I will go as far as the Piedmont, but this is just the eastern portion, including the Outer Banks and all surrounding inland counties of the Outer Banks. We are under a heat advisory. It will feel like to us 107 or a little better. We're used to hot weather, but not in the extension of this all the time. So, I mean, you know, this is going to go on and go on and go on. Once again, look, there's a little town. I saw Roper in here, Plymouth, here we go, Cresswell, all of these little places that are inland, just inland of the Outer Banks. I'm included in this. Please, there I am right in here. Please, please, don't go outside if you don't have to. Once again, I want to show you this map. If you are in this purple, you are in an excessive heat warning. An excessive heat warning. If you're in the orange anywhere, this is a heat advisory. And this is an extreme excessive heat watch for like the entire state of New Jersey. As it moves on up, you can see Massachusetts, and it slips over into Pennsylvania, little part of northern Ohio. Everybody, I'm not trying to harp on this. I'm trying to warn you. People can die from this. And once again, do not leave any living, breathing thing in a car to go in the store to even get a loaf of bread, because it will not make it. Here we have a look of the GFS, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. It is a GFS model for the latest run. We have some rain going on right up in here. Yesterday, Minnesota had some storms, but the system sunk a little bit further south and kind of hung around, as you can see. It's looking like Barry, the remnants of Barry, is going to bring some rain over in this area coming up in just a little bit for some people. But this it came down from Canada. There's a low pressure right there. It sunk a little further more to the south, so therefore everybody didn't get severe weather yesterday. But we're going to turn it on. I'm going to tell you what should happen today. This heat wave, folks, is building in the central and the eastern U.S. We think we've seen hot. It hadn't got as hot as it possibly could be yet. And we got a chance of some severe weather and some flash flooding. They're both possible for the upper Midwest to the upper Great Lakes today. Now, as an upper level ridge builds, this heat wave is forecast to spread across the central and eastern U.S. Temperatures in the 100s, not the heat indices, the temperatures in the 100s are expected for the southern and central high plains, with 90s widespread further east, where temperatures are already in the 90s like it is at my house. High dew points is going to create very dangerous heat indices, and excessive heat warnings and watches and heat advisories are already out, as I have showed you. Now, dozens of high minimum temperature records are forecast to be set, with a few record high maximum temperatures possible as well. Now, the heat wave is expected to persist over the weekend beyond maybe Monday. I'm saying Monday. It could go into Tuesday, but I think by Monday most of us should have a little bit of relief of maybe 10 degrees, a little cooler by probably Tuesday. But I think this heat wave is going to go right on through Monday. Meanwhile, the west coast and the northwest, you should see below average temperatures behind the cold front. Now, fronts moving slowly across the north-central U.S. will lead to scattered thunderstorms over the next couple of days, and storms could contain some locally heavy rain, which may lead to flash flooding. We do have some slight risk of both severe weather and excessive rainfall in place for today across portions of the upper Midwest to the upper Great Lakes. Elsewhere, rain and thunderstorms are possible in parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast today, as tropical moisture formerly associated with Barry combines with a front in the vicinity. Scattered thunderstorms are possible further south and to the southeast over the next couple of days, and isolated storms could also affect the southwest to the southern high plains. Chance of maybe some severe weather today. As we check out the categorical map here, we see that we do have this chance of some severe storms that are possible across the upper Midwest today, especially in lower Minnesota, up in the northern portion of Iowa, a large portion of Wisconsin, and some of Michigan. Anybody in the green, you're not out of the woods. Keep your eyes on the sky. Greatest chance of these storms making a tornado today, where the most severe looks like it should happen, is a 2% chance for the state of Minnesota, a little bit of Iowa, and some of Wisconsin. And where should these storms produce gusty winds? You can see 5% chance north-South Dakota as it swings on around into portions of Ohio and moves up through Michigan and then on back across. The highest chance is in southern Minnesota, portions of northern Iowa, great portion of Wisconsin. And if you're on the lake area, it's going to be windy. Don't get out there. And so far as hail mixed in with these storms, all the state of Minnesota, Wisconsin, portions of Iowa, and North and South Dakota. Late yesterday, New York, as I pointed out on the map, could have some severe weather. They had some thunderstorms. Thank goodness no severe tornadoes or anything happened, but they had hail in places. They had some trees that were blown over. They had rain. They had thunder. They had lightning. It's going to be a mess, folks. Looking like where the severe weather is today. I've showed you, of course this can change, but anybody in that green that I showed you on the categorical outlook map can have a chance of this happening. With all that said and done, please stay cool, my friends. Stay as cool as you possibly can. If you don't have to be outside, don't go outside. Don't stay outside long at all. I know a lot of folks have to work outside, and I feel for you in this, but you make sure your boss gives you breaks. Make sure they're supplying you with water. You make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, because, folks, this heat is not over. It's just really getting started. What I think is going to last through Monday for many. So, some may get a break Monday, after Sunday, when this cooler air starts to push in. But until then, it's going to be a mess. Some are not going to get a break until Tuesday, especially everybody right on the coastlines over here. We're going to be the last to get the break, so keep that in mind. I love you guys. Thanks for everything you do for me. Each of you have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day, and peace, love, and kindness to all. Thank you so much for watching and sharing. Love you guys.